repeating car problems rarely need a bigger vehicle. They need smarter fixes that stop the same mess from returning. This list shows 15 practical tools for recording, charging, monitoring, cooling, powering, and organizing the drive. Welcome to Circuit Peak Media. The real question is, which small fix changes the setup most? Watch how the problems get bigger as the list builds. Peek into what's next. But the first fix starts with what your vehicle fails to capture. The ROVE R2-4K dual dash cam puts the road ahead and behind on screen at the same time. A single camera leaves half the story missing, especially when something happens behind the vehicle. This dual setup records both directions and includes built-in GPS data. The result is a clearer driving record, but the next problem starts before the engine even moves. The Jemluse Wireless CarPlay removes the cable step the moment the car starts. Wired CarPlay works, but plugging in every trip turns one feature into a repeated chore. This adapter reconnects the phone to a compatible factory-wired system without leaving it attached. Navigation and audio return to the display faster, yet the next fix handles where the phone sits when the screen is not enough. The Kaistyle MagSafe magnetic dashboard car phone mount snaps the phone into view with one hand. Cup holders and loose storage turn navigation into a reach and look problem. The magnetic face rotates toward the driver, while the dashboard base keeps the phone in one chosen spot. That creates a cleaner sightline, but the next product answers a warning light the dashboard refuses to explain. A dashboard warning keeps returning, and the KONNWEI KW340 OBD2 scanner diagnostic tool turns it into readable information. Plug it into the OBD2 port, then view engine-related codes and live data on the color screen. Clearing a code does not fix the cause. What changes is the starting point for diagnosis, and the next fix tackles pressure that drops when no compressor is nearby. The OlarHike Cordless Tire Inflator Portable Air Compressor shows the pressure rising while it fills the tire. A low reading becomes a bigger hassle when the nearest air pump is far away or broken. Set the target, start the unit, and let automatic shutoff end the cycle. That puts basic pressure control in the vehicle, but the next product watches all 4 tires continuously. The Tymate TM7 Tire Pressure displays 4 tire readings where older vehicles can finally show them. External sensors send pressure and temperature data to the color screen, while alerts flag changes that need attention. The plug-in monitor also keeps the setup simple. The make-or-break detail is proper sensor installation, and the next device tracks more than tires once the vehicle leaves the driveway. The Bouncie GPS Tracker turns each trip into a mapped route with driving and vehicle information inside the app. Guessing where the car went or when it arrived stops being the only option. The unit plugs into the OBD2 port and requires a monthly subscription. That adds ongoing visibility beyond the dashboard, but the second half shifts from tracking problems to changing the entire travel routine. The first 7 fixes handled recording, connection, placement, diagnosis, pressure, and tracking. But the second half changes what the vehicle supports around the trip. Food, heat, cables, stored power, alerts, cleaner installations, and outdoor gear all enter the picture. Which repeated problem costs you the most time right now? The next products move beyond quick corrections and start reshaping the whole setup. Instead of watching the vehicle, the next product changes what happens during the stop. The VASG Cordless Heated Lunchbox, 2026 upgraded, warms a prepared meal without a wall outlet or microwave nearby. Cold food keeps returning on work routes, field days, and long stops because the vehicle never had a practical heating option. The LCD shows timing and status, while the removable container holds the meal. Use it while parked, and the next fix handles the heat coming from the seat itself. The Paffenery Ventilated Cooling Car Seat Cover, 2026 upgraded, pushes airflow through the seat where heat keeps building. A standard seat traps warmth against the back and legs during longer summer drives. Powered fans move air through the cover once it is connected. The fit check is seat shape and airbag clearance, but the payoff is visible comfort. And the next product cleans up the cables around that seat. The CAFELE Retractable Multi-Charging Cable pulls out only the length needed, then returns the loose wire to its reel. Regular cables slide across the console, catch on objects, and stay tangled after charging ends. Multiple connector options keep one cable useful across several devices. The result is a cleaner charging routine, yet the next upgrade moves from phone power to a much larger vehicle-based energy system. The LiTime 12-volt, 165 ampere-hour LiFePO4 Bluetooth Lithium Battery puts auxiliary battery status on a phone instead of hiding it inside a compartment. RV, trailer, van, and camping systems need more than a guess about stored power. Bluetooth monitoring shows operating information without relying only on an external display. Compatibility still decides the installation, but the next product turns stored energy into a portable power hub. The AFERIY P210 2,800 watts portable power station, 2026 upgraded, brings multiple outlets and a large display into one movable power source. Campsites, RV stops, and backup setups keep running into the same limit. Equipment needs power where wall outlets do not exist. The screen makes input and output easy to follow. That expands what the vehicle supports, but the next device focuses on alerts outside the vehicle instead. The Cobra RAD 490i Laser Radar Detector places road alerts and filtering controls within the driver's view. Repeated false notifications make any alert system harder to trust, so adjustable sensitivity and shared alerts matter to the routine. The device also supports front and rear laser detection. Drivers still need to follow local laws and drive responsibly, while the next fix hides the camera inside a cleaner, factory-style position. The Mangoal 4K front and 2K rear HDR Dash Cam for Chevrolet Colorado sits near the mirror instead of looking like a universal add-on. The vehicle-specific shape gives compatible trucks a cleaner installation, while front and rear cameras record the drive. Exact model and trim fit decide whether it belongs there, but the final product solves one last problem beyond the pavement. The TowerTop Rechargeable 50 PSI Car and Sup Pump, 2026. Upgraded fills tires and larger recreational inflatables from one portable unit. Road trips often end with a second problem at the destination. Bikes, balls, or paddleboards still need air. Set the target pressure, connect the correct adapter, and watch the display track progress. That closes the list by fixing both the drive and what happens after arrival. These 15 products target the problems that keep returning. Missing footage, repeated cables, unclear warnings, low pressure, trapped heat, messy charging, limited power, and gear that still needs setup after arrival. Circuit Peak Media focuses on practical fixes viewers can understand fast. Which product surprised you most, and why? The strongest choice is the one that removes a repeated hassle from your own routine. Then check the links in the description if you want to look any of these up. Stop doing things the hard way. Peek into what's next. Want to see more? Check out the video on the left, or check out the playlist on the right.